Welcome back to the Church of Atheism podcast.
Hi.
Uh, Hi, it's Chris already. uh, Before we get started, we got a wow, what's the word I'm looking for here? Facebook message from Freethinker215, who also happens to be our first Patreon donator as well. And he has a good point. We wanted to clear something up for you. So he messaged us. Just started listening to the podcast and hope to add it to my queue. The episode he listened to was number 38, the Halloween history, and we said something homophobic or possible homophobic.
Well, I probably that was probably me.
Yeah, I think I said that in there too. But yeah, on two such occasions he said that's gay. It's considered an insult to gay people to make that statement because it equates homosexuality to wrongdoing. It's derogatory and insulting towards people of sexual orientation. I agree with that, but did you have something you wanted to say first?
Yeah, see, normally, if somebody called me out on that, I would just want to like make fun of them or troll them hard. But no, he has a good point because was yeah that was um I'm trying to remember the context. Was that did you leave in when we were talking about the Simpson the Apu guy?
Yeah, I think
That is
so. I think
okay.
so.
Yeah. Well, not like that actually matters,
Right.
but I was just trying to remember the exact. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, no, like yeah, I remember you telling me about that, and then immediately, like it's just funny, like have a reaction. Like if anybody challenges me, what I say, I'd probably get angry. And I remember you telling me about that, and me thinking like, yeah, no, he's right because I use the word gay a lot, and
Yeah.
and it is a lot of it. I gotta be honest. A lot of it is me just kind of being a dick and trolling. Like I
That's
just
bluntly honest.
like a, yeah. If I'm being honest, a lot of it is I know I'm not supposed to use that word, and that's why I want to because I think it's funny, and also there and this doesn't like make it right, but like just as a kid, everything was gay.
Yeah. Well, especially when we grew up, like where we grew up,
Yeah,
like that was it was an accepted thing to say back then.
yeah. Like
Um.
instead of like saying, "Oh, that's stupid, that's dumb," you just be like, "That's gay,"
Yeah.
and that doesn't make it okay by any
No.
means.
No. No.
But like, it's just like it just carried over into my adulthood. I gotta be honest. I think I'm getting dementia, and like I don't know why, but like the last year or so, I think I've been really regressing as far as what I
Yeah.
think is funny. Like I've been really laughing at juvenile things.
Grade school shit.
Yeah, yeah, like grade school stuff.
He said boobs.
Yeah, and like it's a combination of that and knowing that I'm not supposed to call things gay that makes me really think that's funny.
Yeah.
I
I,
know, yeah, I know a lot. I mean, it's not funny. I mean, I know it's not funny. That's why I say it.
right.
It's like irony.
I think I don't really have a problem. How do I want to say it? Like I think if you listened to each one of our episodes, or even like a handful, if you listened to three of them and then heard us say that's gay, I think you would know that we don't mean it in that context, like in a bad. Like I know what Freethinker's saying, and I totally agree with him. By the way, but
Yeah.
I think if we had like a white supremacist podcast and we were
Oh, we
saying that,
don't. Wait. Are you saying we don't?
well, not that we've told everyone else, that was our second podcast.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! I think you promised. You told me. Oh wow. Okay.
But I mean, like, not to say, okay, well, we've been so good to the homosexual community that we can get by saying that, But like, I feel like there's some things that just, how am I gonna say this without sounding like a fucking homophobe? Like, I think our context was obviously not in the to belittle homosexuality.
No,
Not
no, yeah,
again, that doesn't make it right, but like, I guess in our defense, I guess I'm trying to say like,
no. You're right. Context matters. Obviously, we're not homophobic, and I would hope that people see through that. Yeah, like because I on this show spend a lot of time bitching about like PC shit, and so when I heard this complaint, or not even complaint, it wasn't a complaint. Um, it was just a statement, really.
yeah,
Uh, but when I heard it, I'm like, yeah, that's a fair point.
yeah, and I think it's almost an interesting point to me too. Like,
Mm,
maybe people who listen to this and Freethinker himself too can tackle or not rebuttal, but like, I don't know how to. What am I trying to say here? This is the first episode I've done sober for a long time, and I can't do it. Like,
yeah,
um,
this is the first episode I've done. Not
we switched.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, what am I trying to say then? No, just joking, just joking. Like, does is it really offensive if you know that we're not homophobic? Does
Yeah,
that make
it shouldn't
sense?
be. Yeah, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
And if it is, like, I'm not trying to say that I'm trying to like, no, I want to say that's gay all the time, and I think I should be able to. That's not what I mean. I just mean like, if you know that we're not homophobes,
Yeah,
does it make it less, or does it make it more okay or less okay? I don't know.
yeah,
If anyone was
yeah.
offended,
No,
we do apologize.
oh, of
Obviously.
course. Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think that's kind of where I stand on it. I'm not really sure how to put words together tonight, so this should be a fun podcast.
yeah. I agree. This should be a
Yeah,
fun one. Uh, yeah. No, I guess. Yeah. No, I mean I don't mean any offense by saying that, but I'll probably say it again. I'll accidentally let it slip. I'm consciously trying not to call that a poo guy, that Simpsons guy, gay or a fag. What I mean is he's a piece of shit and douchebag.
yeah,
And I don't, you know what? I actually feel bad for me suggesting or like putting, uh, you know, gay and lesbians in his category.
true, true.
Yeah, because I've had a lot of gay and lesbian friends. I still do, and they have a sense of humor.
Yeah. I meant to ask you that. When you're around your gay friends, have you ever said that's gay?
Yeah, oh yeah. Actually, I remember, like I had these two friends that I hung out with, and then like, oh my god, they fucking called everything gay. It was so fucking funny. It was one of the funniest things I've experienced in my life because they were like, I mean, they were like stereotyp. Like when I lived in Minneapolis, for a brief time, I hung out with these two dudes, and they were like stereotypically gay.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like the limp wrist and like, oh, that's gay.
Like the
And it
gay
was
pride
oh, it
parade
was
was
so
there
fucking
24/7.
yeah.
That's how I kind of feel about it. Like, maybe it's because we're on a podcast now that we have to like kind of watch what we say, but it's also we're on a podcast and we're just talking. So I'm honestly not sure how I feel about it, and I don't want to like. I thank you, Free Thinker, for bringing it up.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know what everyone else's opinion is too, because I really don't like. I think I get his point for sure, and I don't want to like upset anybody.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't want to come across as homophobic.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. That's kind of I don't know. Definitely see the point, but I'm kind of curious as to. I mean, I feel like I like to make fun of not even make fun. I feel like everything is open game, you know.
mm,
And if it's mean spirited, that's one thing. But I kind of feel like if it's not mean spirited, is it a bad thing to say? I'm not sure about that.
I think you're 100% correct. Yeah, that was like normally, if somebody called me out on something, said I would get angry, and then when you read me this guy's comment, I'm like, oh well,
Yeah.
well, because you know what helps when you write something not in an angry tone.
Yeah, true. No, that
Yeah,
was the wording of his statement was really good too. Like you can tell
yeah,
he wasn't trying to be
it
a
really
PC,
was.
piece of shit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
well, I
exactly.
had back in Kentucky. I had a gay friend in Kentucky, and I did something one time, and he looked at me and he goes, "You're so fucking straight." I thought it was the funniest thing ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, oh
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
yeah, true. But like, I don't know. I kind of feel, in my opinion, I don't think it's terrible. I think we could have said a lot worse, and I think we have said a lot worse.
Oh my God, I've said horrific things.
I mean, we had Cain and Abel fucking for 2 episodes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
all
and
right,
I will bring that back up as soon as I can.
yeah, like right now.
Yeah,
So that I think that's all I really have to say about it. I think I do want to hear other people's opinions though. So feel free to write us, email us, tweet us, whatever.
yeah. I guess my final thought on that is, I'm sorry if I offended you. I didn't mean to, but yeah, I'm probably gonna say something offensive
It's gonna
in the
happen.
future. Yeah, it's gonna happen. I don't mean to.
No, but when it happens, we'll take responsibility.
Just know that it's from a place of love and
Yeah,
understanding.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
If
on
you're
that note,
gay, yeah, if you're gay, it's from a place of love and understanding.
yeah,
If you're like, I don't know, some sort of religious rite, not
eh,
from a place of love.
right. What the fuck are you doing listening to this
Yeah.
episode anyway?
Yeah, why are you listening to this fucking show?
Maybe it's because we're gonna say Mike Pence a couple times. You're like, oh, what?
Oh yeah, dude, he rules. I like because I played with Legos a lot as a kid, and I love his the fact that he's got a Lego man haircut.
He really does.
Yeah, that's why I voted for Trump.
Yeah, no one knows that. We both voted for Trump only because of Pence's
Yeah,
Lego haircut.
yeah, because we both love Legos.
Yep.
I thought he was a Lego guy.
I did too, and I was like, sweet, we can build so much cool shit with him.
Yeah, I could finally build that boat.
And I was thinking about we could build Space Force, and then Trump took it from us, so it's a win-win.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Space Force, the Lego one.
Unfortunately, even Lego can't build a Trump hairpiece.
No. Mike Pence's hair is perfect though, isn't it?
Yeah,
That is Lego hair.
a little too perfect.
Yeah, if you ask me.
Lego. I think that's a Danish. I think that's a Danish thing. Legos.
Might be.
Pretty sure. I think Danish or Dutch or one of those. One of those filthy, filthy European countries.
Denmark.
Oh, Denmark. It was one of those
Yep.
D European countries
Yep.
that no one gives a shit about. I'm just kidding. Shout out to all our Copenhagen listeners.
I wish I had a Copenhagen accent.
I'm just going to guess a Copenhagen accent. I'm from Copenhagen.
Ah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure we just nailed it.
Yep, nailed it. Yeah, acting school. We're teaching it too.
Yep.
Look, we got to make additional income somehow. So if you want acting lessons,
hit us up.
We'll teach you how to be a Copenhagen Lego guy.
Oh man, dude, doing this episode sober is making me wonder if all of our episodes are just like this.
Pretty much.
Okay, that's not a bad
Well,
thing.
no, maybe not. Maybe not quite this much.
We've been on the phone almost for an hour now. I think we've recorded like 15 minutes worth.
Yeah, 51. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
We have not even gotten to the topic.
No. So maybe it was a bad segue to do these two, what we just talked about, and then going into gay conversion therapy. But we were talking about doing this one for a long time.
Yeah.
So I finally pulled the trigger, and man, we found some fucked up shit about gay conversion therapy.
Yeah, who knew?
I knew it was pretty weird, but man, it is fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed. Because, before going into this, I thought, like, what kind of gay person wouldn't jump at the chance to be straight? Because it's a decision.
Of course.
Yeah. It's a choice.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I decided to be straight when I was about 12. I think I was 11 or 12 when I decided to be straight. I weighed the consequences and I was like, I could be gay, but I'd rather be straight.
Yeah, it's like, well, you had good parents. Like they let you choose.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I remember that. Your parents didn't even give you a chance.
No.
You were straight when you were like 3.
Yeah. And I remember when I was like 13 or 14, I was like, Mom and Dad, can I please be gay? And they're like, no, that's not how our family works. And then
were you grounded for like 2 weeks after that?
Yeah, I was grounded for wanting to be gay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope sarcasm is being acknowledged right now.
I'm at Jamie's, and she just heard me. She just heard parts of our conversation. She's getting annoyed.
What? She doesn't think it's a choice?
No, She had the choice. Clearly, everybody does. Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Because according to conversion therapy, everybody has the choice. It's up to therapy,
Yes. Yep. When I first thought about gay conversion therapy and like heard it was like a camp or something like that, I thought it was like going to be some peaceful, like happy, like get together and like support each other to be straight. Holy fuck, man, I was wrong.
Oh boy. Yeah, like honestly, early on, I mean, I've known about this for a while, but like a while ago, I thought it was, just like a summer camp where they like, talk about God, try and make you straight. If you're not, that's fine. And Oh fucking boy.
Yeah, and after all the websites I went to, I found it really like almost disgusting how they talked about homosexuality. Like some of the sites use the words like cure gayness and like
Yeah, cure.
fix homosexuality.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's the theme of how it's I don't like it's very contradictive. Like it's a mental like uh, a lot of them say it's a genetic illness, and then a lot of them say that it's just a regular illness that you can cure.
Yeah.
Like looking into it, I've seen like a bunch of contradictory things like that.
No way.
Yeah,
Contradiction
yeah,
from our Christian homophobic friends? I doubt
yeah. Believe it or not.
it.
So yeah, I was looking into it, and I was like going into the history of it, and actually, you know who is remarkable is Sigmund Freud, standing up for the gay people.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like he's considered the father of psychoanalysis, but like these days, like most of his theories and what it's based on have been debunked.
Right.
Like with Freud, eh, with Freud, pretty much everybody wants to fuck their mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like if you look into Freud, that's like it.
It's half of, at least half of his shit is that.
Yeah, like more than half. Like that's pretty much the basis of all of Freud's work. Like some of the earliest conversion therapy was in the 1890s. It was actually by one of Sigmund Freud's mentors, this guy Eugene Steineck. Um,
Interesting.
yeah. Uh, Also, pretty German name, not surprising.
Yep.
Oh, but you know what? You know what? His cure was. He actually um took heterosexual testicles
Right.
and um sewed them on to homosexual
That ought to do it.
people. Yeah, apparently that didn't work, even sort of. Apparently, that caused infection. Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah. Because I was looking into the early days of conversion therapy, and yeah,
I would have thought that would have worked just fine.
yeah. And then there was a funny letter about how about that didn't have a big success rate,
Huh.
and how that wouldn't work on women. I wonder why. Wonder why that wouldn't work on women.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Putting straight testicles onto a woman.
yeah,
No, I don't see any flaws there.
yeah.
Science is weird like that.
Like how advanced we are and how much we understand right now. Like that. That is one of the steps. Like it is kind of gross. Like that is one of the steps that we had to take.
We really had to go there to make sure it didn't work.
Like yeah, sew somebody's balls onto another person's balls, and oh, their body rejects it and they die of infection.
Who saw that coming?
I didn't see if like the conclusion was yeah, they're too gay. That's why their body rejected it.
They're just too gay. It wouldn't work.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The host is too gay.
Good God. Yeah, I can't
So,
imagine that not working.
so like, yeah, one thing in the stuff I was reading is that actually, like the 20s and 30s and 40s, well, not so much the 40s, like maybe the early 40s. Uh, that was a remarkable period in that uh, a lot of a lot of the top psychologists. I didn't realize this until I looked into it. At that time, a lot of the top psychologists acknowledged that you cannot convert somebody into being straight. It doesn't work.
Wow.
Yeah,
So we've known for that long.
yeah, like Sigmund Freud, uh, who like a lot of his work, like I mentioned earlier, like a lot, like most of his stuff was like, oh, you're crazy because you want to fuck your mom. The reason you're depressed is because you want to have sex with your mother.
Right.
Uh, the reason why you wash your hands every 5 seconds, you're in love with your mother anyway. Like I swear that was the basis of every Freud thing.
Yeah.
But there was a very fascinating thing uh, in 1935. There was a lady who wrote Sigmund Freud a letter, and because he was started to study homosexuality, and yeah, in 1935, this lady wrote Sigmund Freud a letter, and I'm not going to read it because I don't want to, and it's not going to translate well, and I don't have the means to read it. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but basically, what she wrote Freud that her son was gay. She didn't know what to do. She was hoping Freud could help, and then Freud wrote back that there is nothing wrong with being gay, and um, yeah, in a nutshell, he said that uh, it's a choice at birth, or no, I mean not a choice at birth. It's something that you're kind of born into,
Right.
and yeah, there's nothing you could do about it. Like a lot of the psychologists at the time concluded that the only reason, actually, not even at the time, like conversion therapy, like overall, the only successes they had really was because people were afraid of societal pressure.
Right. Right.
They're afraid of societal pressure. They're probably afraid of what their family would say about them.
Yeah. Especially back then. Like
Yeah,
that was you fucking religion. Like you couldn't be gay and be open.
yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, and yeah, that was the one. That was one cool thing Freud definitely said. That he pretty much rejected her attempts at trying to cure her son.
Right.
He tried telling her there is no cure and there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
And that was a very bold statement for a public figure because
Yeah.
he was a very famous person at that time. So
Yep.
for him to make that stance was, and in fact, in the 50s, his daughter became a psychoanalysis, and his daughter actually rejected her father's statement and said, "Yes, we can cure homosexuality. My dad was wrong."
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, yeah,
Oh shit. So wow, that's kind of fucked up.
yeah.
So what was her premise? Like she was all for conversion therapy?
Yeah, she thought that you could. Well, it was like there was a. It was an interesting thing. Like they thought that you could cure homosexuality, but you had to want to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, you had to want to be straight.
Okay. That makes
And
sense.
yeah, that's why all these like a lot of these conversion therapies, any success rates they claimed was only people just trying to please society or their family.
Right. So if it's a choice, it makes no sense. It like contradicts itself. If it's a choice and you want to be straight enough, you don't need the therapy. You would be straight.
Yeah. Now you got a good point. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think in terms of their logic. Um, I know you're riddled with this disease. You know,
Right. Riddled with this gayness.
yeah, you're riddled. You're just head to toe in gayness, and it's taken over you. You don't know what to think. You're
Right.
afflicted, and it's up to psychoanalysis to convince you to be straight, which you want to. Like that was kind of the logic at the time. It was
Oh,
like
so they wanted to convince you that you wanted to.
yeah, you want to. Like like nobody wants to be gay. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
so, it's up to conversion therapy to convince. Like that's pretty much how it started.
So crazy.
Yeah,
So was it the 70s where shit started turning around?
yeah, uh, yeah. The kind of the late '60s, early '70s. There was a huge resurgence in like conversion therapy. Like it almost became mainstream. Unfortunately, that's kind of where my research ended.
Did you see some of the techniques they used?
Oh yeah, okay, the techniques. Yeah,
These are some good ones, and the fact that they didn't work is just amazing to me.
yeah. I don't know how.
I mean, if the straight testicles on the gay testicles didn't work, then I think they should just stop there. But they didn't. They kept going.
Yeah,
They forged the way into new ideas.
I was gonna say you might have to elaborate on that one.
Um, didn't they hook your nuts up to electric shock and make you watch like porn?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like that's one thing they would do is like yeah, yeah. During like the '60s and '70s, it took a weird dark turn, and for the listeners, we're gonna have a part two on
Yeah.
this. This is something that just genuinely infuriates me, and yeah, like yeah. So one of their methods of curing homosexuality is they would and let's really take some time and break this sort of thing down. What they would do is that they would basically tie a person down, probably in like a dentist type chair. Then they would show slideshows, and this is just like there's a lot of variations on this, but one specific thing I was reading was that yeah, they would tie a person down. They would make sure his hands uh, they would make sure he couldn't touch his erection and hide it.
Right.
So then they would have a screen and a slideshow, and they would show gay pornography, and then they would monitor his erection, and if he attained an erect status, in his weenus, then they would administer electric shock.
God damn.
And that's how they would cure homosexuality.
That I could not believe that when I first read that. I was like, "Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Is it like what? You're gonna shock somebody for getting an erection?"
Yeah. So, oh yeah, Jamie just pointed something out. Yeah, another thing I read was that they would, they would also show gay pornography slides, which we're gonna have to get into this in a second. But they would show gay pornography, and then they would like force feed them like a drink or a food, and they would like not poison it, but they would put something in it that would make them violently ill. So then when they would watch this gay stuff, they would get violently ill and throw up. So after doing that several times, could you fucking imagine that?
Like they thought it would associate your brain into thinking it was terrible and gross.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what they thought. Yeah. So, like, could you imagine that if you were like some 12-year-old in the 80s who liked, I don't know, musicals or some shit?
Right.
And then your parents sent you to this camp, and all of a sudden they're force feeding you poison and showing you gay porn and confusing you even further.
Right.
It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But and then like what I was thinking about is like among like gay conversion camps, that was like the pain showing gay porn thing was very common. Like that was widespread.
Right.
So what we really need to think about is the person we're talking about pre-internet. So like the person that has to find these slides.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very fucking good point. Where did this pervert get it?
Yeah. Like there's got to be somebody in that camp who like
probably a Catholic priest.
Yeah, maybe, or just somebody who like, or like any summer camp, like they just went there so long and then they got seniority and they got to be a counselor.
Yeah.
Like they got brainwashed.
Good
like the person, like there's definitely somebody who I can't believe. Yeah, I don't know. Like there's definitely somebody who had to find and turn these gay pornography pictures into slides.
Right.
Like there was somebody that had to find gay pornography and find the best ones too, the most homoerotic ones.
So someone got paid to do that job.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody had to go out there and find the best, most quality, like gay porn. Like, I could just imagine, like, just somebody like in the closet, like gathering all these gay pornography pictures. Like, yeah, that's hot. Those gay guys. Oh, they're gonna love
that. That's crazy, man.
Oh,
they actually thought it would work.
Oh, that dick. Oh God, those queers are gonna love it.
I was trying to find something that you wrote to me last week, and I can't find it.
Oh, there was Oh fuck! God damn it! I forgot to jot it down. There was the ice pick. Oh, if you can, God damn it! I forgot his name. There was the guy who did ice pick lobotomies for gay conversion. He did 3,500 of them. He did not have a medical license.
Well, obviously.
Oh, it's just what I was saying. Of course, now that it's go time, I'm forgetting all this shit.
Here.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't find it. You said something about another form of therapy, and I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's just like it's just makes no sense to me how some of this stuff can make sense to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how can you possibly think, all right, let's zap his testicles every time gay porn gets on and he has a boner. That should do it.
Yeah. That do it. He'll associate pain with. Yeah, I mean that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
He'll associate pain with who he is inside. So you're going to breed a person that's just never going to be comfortable in life, and he's probably going to commit suicide, or at best, he's not going to live a full, healthy life.
Well, that's my little research I did from the San Francisco State University.
Hmm.
People who have gone through gay conversion therapy are more than 8 times as likely to attempt suicide. They're nearly 6 times as likely to report high levels of depression, and more than 3 times as likely to use illegal drugs. So, like, people who have gone through all that shit are like, were they? You have to ask yourself if you're the people sending your kids off to these gay conversion camps, would you rather your kid be gay and be okay with himself, or would you rather him be straight and suicidal?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is really kind of the ultimate question. Do you want to accept your kid for what he is, or do you want him to just hate himself and please you?
Right. As long as he's straight, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is that? Like, that's the weirdest like mindset you could possibly be in. I feel
It
like.
is fucking weird.
Well, I know he's suicidal now, but Timmy's been so much better since he's not gay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Ever since we cured Timmy of this gayness, he's been just more happy. Probably no one said that ever.
No, no.
Yeah, the more realistic thing is that ever since we cured Timmy of his gayness, ever since he got back from that camp, he's been spending a lot of time in his room in the dark.
Yeah, yeah. That's more accurate.
Yeah.
So weird, man. It's like, I don't know.
I do understand it, like from the parents' point of view. I mean, like, I understand it. I don't condone it by any means. But like, there's just like the generations that are built on religions and certain standards.
Yeah,
That as they go on, they don't change their beliefs. Like, yeah, we were born a Christian and a Republican.
that's how we're gonna be forever.
Yeah. So like, uh, I get that to a certain degree, but as time goes on, it's like that's
I can,
fading.
I can see it too from a standpoint of, um, like even if you're okay with having your kids, like if one of my kids, I don't have kids yet, but if one of them said they were homosexual, I don't think I'd feel almost bad for them to the extent of what they have to go through on a daily basis, as far
Yeah.
as like actual homophobes.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I would support them. I wouldn't care. Like, I would if any of my kids ever come up to me and say they're gay, I won't. I'll be happy that they came out to me, and I'll be
Yeah.
happy that they. But I would feel bad for them knowing the weight that they have to carry on their shoulders with society.
Yeah.
Like, so I could maybe see that point of view, like, oh, well, if we got him fixed, like if it was a simple pill you took and you were straight, I might be able to see the argument for doing that, just for that reason alone.
Yeah.
But to go through
For
all that shit, like,
yeah, just for like the societal pressure.
yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like when I came out as an atheist to my parents. That was rough, and like neither one of them were happy about that. I was
Oh
like,
really?
I couldn't imagine coming out as gay to my parents after having that experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like,
Oh, the atheist thing. I still
no,
haven't done. No. Oh
it's
God.
my dad kind of just went with it. He was like, all right, whatever. It's like, oh, you are okay, like no biggie.
Oh God. My whole family loves Jesus so much, and like it's fine.
Yeah. Do they know that he's not white though?
Oh, if they
No.
heard, if they heard what I said on this show.
just disown you.
No, they wouldn't actually, because I've said this a million times. Like, especially my grandma. She's just one of those people who are like, well, no matter what you do, Jesus loves you.
Oh, true.
Yeah, like yeah,
Huh.
and that is the type of Christianity I could respect.
Yeah. Yeah. I can too.
Oh, because I'm a huge fuck up. So she's had a lot of opportunities to disown me. So
Yeah, you got a good point there. I know what you mean. Yeah, but just I don't know. Since coming out to them, I kind of like associated it with coming out as gay because it's obviously not the same thing.
especially I mean, where we come from,
Right. The Bible Belt
yeah,
Central.
it is a similar thing. Not to I mean, it is and it isn't. Not to not to talk down on anyone who's came out as gay. Actually, I mean, it's not even a sort of similar thing.
No, but like in the what am I trying to say here? In the sense of dropping the bomb that I don't believe in the Jesus you do. It's similar to coming out as I don't have the same sexual orientation as you do. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's a step. It's a major step that it can't be taken back. Once I told them that, I couldn't go psych. Like they wouldn't have bought
Not.
it. There's a not. But yeah, I wouldn't want my kids to go through that either. Knowing the just that experience alone kind of opened my eyes. I guess I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Like this is probably a tenth as bad as coming out.
yeah. If any of my illegitimate children that I never plan on meeting um, contacted me and said they were gay, at first I would say, "Hey, I don't know. I don't know you. I don't owe you any child support." That would be the first thing I would say.
Right.
The second thing I would say, when the court proves through the DNA test that I'm the father, then I would say, "Yeah, I
Okay.
accept you."
Yeah. You have the same blood that I do, so yeah.
Yeah, then I would do a second DNA test because I'll be goddamned if I have to pay for any of these little bastards.
That could be mine.
Oh God! And then I don't know what kind of monsters they're gonna become.
Oh shit.
Ah, yeah. I should just probably slay them.
On the spot.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm your son.
Yeah,
No questions asked. You just saved the earth.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is just awful. Like that has to be an awful, awful experience. Coming out to your parents.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine that. I mean, I sort of can, because I'm just a weirdo, and like just having like different views.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like there are certain things that, like I can't talk to my parents about when it comes to
Yeah,
politics.
yeah, yeah.
Like it
Paul.
just doesn't go well.
Oh God, just religion alone.
Yeah.
So I could not imagine what it must be like coming out to your parents.
Right. And see that's kind of what I meant by the only thing that would make sense to me if you wanted to put your kid through that conversion therapy was just because of the societal pressures. Like that's the only out I could give you. But then after finding out what's involved, there's no excuse. Anybody that puts their kids through that is a fucking asshole.
Yeah. Well, there's well, it was kind of funny. Like there was a series of conversion therapists that claimed like you know it's funny they didn't even claim high. It was like 50 to 60% success rates, and you know it was just people at the time being ashamed of being gay.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't success. It was that they were smart enough to know that like if I just pretend I'm straight, I get out of this hell.
Right, exactly. So, did you find any evidence that it worked at all on anybody? Like, really worked?
No,
I didn't
no,
either. And I looked for that hardcore.
yeah, I've been
'Cause I want.
reading.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say I've been reading about this a lot. I've literally not found one. Yeah, not one personal statement saying that they were cured by conversion therapy.
Right. And I wanted to because I wanted to have the other argument for it. I wanted to find at least like some pros.
I wanted to find one to make fun of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't even find that. So,
Well, son of a bitch.
yeah.
What would you have said?
Um, I don't know. I would have had to have read their quote.
Yeah, it would have been a situational, I guess.
Yeah, I would have had to have. It would have been probably me making fun of not the fact that they're gay, their ethnicity, what they're wearing, what they look like.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I just this whole it's kind of like eye opening because I really knew it was bad. I just didn't like realize how fucking bad it was. Like what you said. Can you imagine just being like, all right, Tim, we're gonna take you to a camp now. And you're like, oh, cool, yay! And then like you get there and they're putting fucking electrodes on your nuts.
yeah.
No thanks.
I mean, like you look at gay pornography, and then yeah, the one like one of the things I read about one of the gay camps, uh, or gay conversion camps, was like, yeah, they would remove your pants. They would, uh, yeah, uh, strap on like electrocution devices, and they would monitor your erection and show you gay porn. Like that, honestly, is the gayest thing you could do to somebody.
Yeah, really is. It really
Yeah,
is. I wonder.
that is sadistically gay, and that gives sadists and gay people a bad name. Like that is
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yep.
Like yeah, because there is genuinely the instance of yeah, like they would show you slideshows, and like we talked about earlier, somebody had to have sifted through. Like, yeah, okay, this is pre-internet. I'm gonna find some gay porn, and um, because you have to convert that into like like the film to present on slideshows. So you have to make that step.
Yeah.
Yeah, first you have
If
to
you,
first you have to find the gay porn. Then you have to sift through the most homoerotic of the gay porn. Or maybe you just have to sift, like maybe you have to find, maybe this is just a Sears catalog, guys in jeans, and then you work your way up
oh, maybe.
to gay. Like somebody had to make that decision, like homophobically.
Yeah. Uh,
And then they had to do all that and convert it into like those little film strip things, and then convert it into like the the you click it and then it
yeah.
changes. Like,
The slideshows, yeah.
somebody had to take those pictures of gay porn. They had to decide what was the gayest and do that. That is the person that should have had testicular electrocution.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Exactly.
person that enthusiastically signed up for that job to help cure
Right.
homosexuality.
Let's be honest. That's one of those jobs where you have to want to do it. It's not like
Yeah,
you were flipping through the help wanted pages and be like, I mean, I don't want to do this, but I could shock someone's nuts off
yeah.
to force them to watch gay porn. I
It's like
guess I could do that.
it's like the Rambo. It's like some sort of '80s action like Rambo
Yeah.
movie. There's somebody
Yeah.
There's somebody like splitting logs, and then some conversion therapists confronts them about it, and then they're like splitting logs in the mountains with a beard, and they're like, "I told you I'm retired."
Exactly. I'm not coming back out for this one.
And then they're like, "Wait, we got this gay guy that needs to be straight." And he like angrily splits a log, and he's like, "All right, what are you paying?"
Yeah, that's probably how it goes down.
I would prefer that that's how it
Told
was.
you I'm retired.
A,
I'm too old for this shit.
I went through the jungles of Vietnam, then I sifted through gay porn for 10 years. I'm done. I'm finished.
That's how it happens. I'm pretty sure that's how it happens.
I don't care how many of my military or CIA buddies contact me, I'm done. And then somebody gives them an offer.
You can't say no.
Oh, they're like, it's not you, it's your wife and your kids. They're kidnapped. Unless you sift through this gay porn and put it on slides. What? Did you say my wife? All right, I'll do it for my wife. But I'm not gay. Yeah. But I'm not gay. I'm sure that's how it went down.
100% down. 100% that's how it went down. I forgot to bring this up earlier. One of the websites I was looking at, I was trying to find, like I said, some like positive things about it, just to see if there was. And josephnicolosi.com. I'll put this on our website. The very
Oh,
front page. Did you see that?
um, oh no, I just happen to have it bookmarked.
Ah, very first page. If gay doesn't define you, you don't have to be gay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's my mantra.
Yeah, I've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
Hey. If gay doesn't define you, you don't have to be gay.
Yeah.
I say that all the time.
So was that a pro
Yeah,
conversion? Oh,
this site is all about how great conversion therapy is.
uh, see, in my research, that is one thing I wanted to yet neglected to research was success stories.
There aren't any on here. That's what I was looking for, but I didn't find any.
Yeah, probably not a lot.
I did find
Probably more
the
suicides.
yeah. Um, he created this Dr. Nicolosi. By the way, I don't actually think he's a doctor. I think he's one of those people who has a PhD in random shit, and he's a doctor now. I don't think he's an actual like medical doctor.
Like one of those, like you could genuinely purchase a PhD on the internet. You could like
Right.
buy a PhD in philosophy or yeah, I don't know, one of those other bullshit things that don't matter.
Yeah. Um, yeah. This was basically there's an article within that website that was like the science behind our work, and it shows a paper that was examined by the scientific community, and it goes against the paper. Like, why would you put that on your fucking website? It goes against your argument, you fucking idiots. Like, literally, they posted it, and it's like you go to the actual page, and they're like, no, this doesn't work. Like, why would you put that on your website?
Yeah,
Idiots.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no positive stories anywhere that I can find. And like we said, you're 8 times more likely to attempt suicide after going to these places. And that's the end. Another episode of the Church of Atheism podcast. Thanks again to Freethinker 215 for that question to start the episode off. If you have any questions, you can tweet us at naturalbeatheists on Twitter, or you can email us at questions for COA at gmail.com. Yeah, and if you want to help to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/Church of Atheism, or you can go to amazon.com/shop/Church of Atheism. You can check out our little store there. Make a purchase, we get a small little percentage of it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Again, we do appreciate it. We love you guys. We will talk to you next time.
Like his dad wanted one of his sons to be president.
The one who wanted to never did.
Yeah, the one who wanted to was so fucking boring. He couldn't
Well,
seal the deal.
if you're gonna want your kids to be president, don't name one of them Jeb.
Yeah.